Hey, welcome to Final Flick. We are nearly there at the World Cup. It flicks off in just a couple of days. And it's not always about the big boys. You know that. It's not always about the Italians, the Belgians, and us, the English. There's other nations playing as well. Ukraine are playing in the World Cup, and so are Tunisia. And I sat down with Thomas from Ukraine, and I sat down with Skander from Tunisia to have a chat about the games in their respective countries and get an idea on their chances at the World Cup as well. So let's head over there before heading down to the World Cup. Enjoy. Hey Thomas, how are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for joining me. I won't keep you too long because I think it's 9 o'clock where you are, right?
Yes, yes. I'm in Paris now.
It's getting on, and you've taken a break from training to come and chat with.
Yes, yes, yes. I was playing with Axel Donval, one of the most better French player, and also the former French champion, Axel Théo Modeste. And okay, it was very difficult for me, but it was good training.
If you play the best, you become the best, right?
It could be, but not for all. Just the best solution is to play and to have enjoy, I think, for me.
Okay. So, but you're not France. You're playing in France. You live in France. You're Ukraine. So,
No, no, I'm French in reality, and I played for France when for the in the FIST competition when I was young in the World Cup. I think I played also for France in the open category maybe 10 years ago, but I lived in Ukraine 2 years, and I started to have a group of players of table football there, and then the FIST accepted that I played for Ukraine for the last World Cup in Roma 2 years ago.
okay. So, what's the Subbuteo scene like in Ukraine? Obviously, you're not there now. You're in France. What's the scene like? You're the only player coming from the
Mm,
Ukraine. So.
Yes, yes, because of course it's because it was in SSSR and Subbuteo was not known.
Hmm.
Just when I because I'm French teacher for foreign people, and there I wanted to have other players because I left to live in Ukraine in Odessa, and I wanted to meet players. And in Ukraine you had any players because Subbuteo was not known. Just we had one player in Kiev because in the capital, I was in Odessa, it's in the south, and in Kiev, just I met him in the on Instagram, but we never met each other because I had any car when I lived in Ukraine. It was difficult to have some links with him, but I know that he wanted to play Subbuteo, but we never met each other. Then, because I was a French teacher, it's in Alliance Française. It's very famous in each country for people who want to learn French. They could go in this kind of school.
Okay.
And then I opened a group of players there. And I think it was more than 2 years ago now. And my goal at the beginning was to training them to have an Ukrainian team in the Roma World Cup 2 years ago.
Hmm.
But because it was the invasion of Russia, I came back in France with my wife, she's Ukrainian. And then majority of players, they stopped to play because you have some of players who are studying now. Some of them moved in Belgium and Switzerland, and
Okay.
some of them stayed in Ukraine. But because they discovered the game, it was not the priority for them to continue to play. Then, for me, it was important to have a Korean player in the last World Cup. Then ask the FISTF to play for Ukraine because 2 years ago, my goal it was just after the invasion of Russia.
Yeah.
I believe that I could come back in Ukraine to live there, but now it's too complicated because of the war. And because of that, now I'm the only Ukrainian player.
So, do you think you'll ever get? Well, I mean, I certainly hope so. Obviously, it's horrible what's going on out there at the moment. But do you think you'll be able to get back to Ukraine one day and sort of continue your mission and build a Ukrainian team?
Good question. That is very good question. From now, it's difficult to.
Oh,
From now, I have my I work in France. My family is in France now. Of course, my family in law is now in Ukraine. Then I have some link, but I never came back now. And my goal now it's maybe to find other Ukrainian player who left Ukraine just after the war, the invasion of Russia, and who wanted to play table football at Subbuteo and to join the Ukrainian team. That is my first goal because now the first priority in Ukraine it's not to play table
of
football,
course,
it's to have normal life and to try to do your best.
of
Then
course.
of course, I would like to come back in Ukraine maybe after the war. I
Yeah.
don't know. And of course, I start to introduce the game, and I would like that it could continue.
So are you still in touch with anybody who was playing in Ukraine? Are you still talking to these people?
And I have some link, but now anyone play because we are the one table that I built, and now it stayed in one office, and no one wanted to play now. But it could be, I don't know, because now sometimes with internet you have some people who discover table football or Subbuteo with social networks.
Hmm.
And sometimes even if I'm in France now, sometimes I have some link and sometimes we call with some people, but because they don't know the game for them, it's very difficult to start and
Yeah, cool.
it's a new game for them.
So what's your history with Subbuteo? How did you get into the game?
Oof, it's a long story because I'm French and all I'm now 40 years old and all the children in France like to play Subbuteo before. Then I was lucky because I had a Subbuteo game in Christmas, and after I was really lucky because I live in Issy-les-Moulineaux, it's just near Paris, in the south of Paris, in the close suburb.
Hmm.
And it was a club of table football, and now it's one of the most best club in France. I was president of this club, I think 10 years, for 10 years, maybe it
Yeah.
will be longer, okay. And I was lucky that I can play table football in this club.
So
If
how
I
did
live maybe in the just the city
Yeah, of
near,
course.
maybe I will never play table football.
So how did the French take it how did the French Association react when you said you wanted to change from playing for France to playing for Ukraine? Did that go down well? Was they a bit angry about it or?
No, because okay, because I still to continue to help them because now I'm in the French Association. I'm the secretary of the French
Oh,
Association
okay.
because I know that you talked with Eric Nazali, the
Mm.
president. I
Yeah,
was former president of the French Association. And
yeah.
all the French players they know me and they know what I did for the France for the table football in France. And because I moved in Ukraine 2 years, I had my life and I didn't come back to play table football. When I came back in France at this time, it's just to meet my family and my friends. I didn't play table football. Then all people could understand that now I changed my life and I have another goal maybe. And because I have in France, we have very good table football players, and for me, now I continue to play table football in France. I am in the second league. Maybe I finished for the last time, maybe at like 13th or maybe 14th. Then for the best French player, I'm not so competitive against them. Okay, then I can't. To be honest with you, it's not my goal to play the World Cup, but I can't. I think be selected by the French team.
Yeah. I mean, it's great to see because there's a big hole in Eastern Europe with people playing table football and Subbuteo. It's just something you don't see. So, of all the countries to be represented at the World Cup, it's great to see Ukraine, especially with everything going on over there at the moment. It is great to see them. What do you think the game could do, and how could the game grow in Eastern Europe, in places like Ukraine, Hungary, Romania, Poland, all them sort of places? What could happen?
Good question, because I think the most difficult is to have one guy or maybe two guys who know the game, and after that, be sure that the game could you could have new players because that I know in Romania I am in link with some guys who now he start to play maybe 10 years ago in Romania. He was alone, and one Italian guy came to live there, then
Hmm?
start to be two players, and step by step they have other players. I think the most difficult is to find new players because you propose them a game that they totally don't know.
Yeah,
With the material, I think it's not so complicated in Europe because I think that in Australia or in Brazil that you spoke with
yeah,
Daniel, it's
yeah.
difficult
Really
for
good.
them, but fees in Europe are not so expensive. I think the most complicated is to find players who are motivated to start to play in competition, not just only to have fun with like Subito, but they want to be table football players. That is most difficult, I think.
Okay. So when you play at the World Cup, who's the rival? Who's your rival that you really want to play against and put in a good performance, would it be the French guys or would it be someone completely different?
No, I think I am French guy because I learned to play table football in a French club. I played each time with French players. Okay, I'm French, but I play for Ukraine, of course, because I lived there 2 years. I
Yeah.
have some friends who stay there. I know what's happened now in Ukraine. Okay, I play for Ukraine, but I can't say that I'm totally Ukrainian. Okay, it's difficult question, but okay, I think I want when I play for my friends who stay now in Ukraine. Some of them are now stayed fight. Really,
Hmm?
that's a reality. It's difficult question. My wife is Ukrainian. My son it's off. It's difficult. Also, I played in a Britain team. It's between Rennes and Saint-Malo. I play for Combourg. I can show you my license.
Nice.
And it's in this club. Also, one of my teammate is also half Tunisian, half French, and he will play for Tunisian with his zone. And the question is more difficult for him because he's totally off. Then he
Well, that
chose
that's
in the past to play for Tunisia, but be sure that when France team plays, it's not is us it's 50-50.
yeah.
For me, I will play for Ukrainian as individual player, but because I'm the only one to play for the team competition, be sure that I will support the French team.
That's interesting what you say about Tunisia as well, because right after this, I'm going to talk to them.
Ah, okay, yes, okay.
Literally directly after this, I'm talking to the Tunisian guys as well. So it's really interesting to say. Just really quickly, how old is your son?
Is almost 2 years
Oh, okay. So
now.
it's too early to
Yes, yes.
ask.
Now he
I was going
can
to say,
play. I,
if
I
he was
tried to
watching,
introduce him to the game, but you can't imagine with a baby,
yeah.
it's any
Well, no.
game.
What I was going to ask is, if he was watching the football, would he be supporting France or would he be supporting Ukraine if they played each other? But he's too young to make that
Good
decision.
question. Okay. I think it depends where he grew, maybe the first time. And often in France, we have lots of foreign people, and often even if they was born in France, often they prefer to support the team of their parents. But it depends of the cases.
Okay. So, how do you think you're going to do at the World Cup? What's your expectation for yourself? How do you want to get on?
Very difficult question because I played 2 years ago, and because of the kind of draw, you have just only, I don't know how to say that in English, but you have for each group in open, you have one in French we
Seed,
say tête de série, head, maybe
seed.
head master. Okay, and after it's totally draw, but you can be with some people from maybe Japan who are like starters, or you can be with one Italian guy, one Maltese guy, one French guy. It's okay, it's totally random, and
Yes.
I can't say because I would like my goal is to go in the second round. But 2 years ago, I was with a German guy, with Italian guy, and also with a Austrian guy, and it was very a strong group. And I lost 3 games. I scored for each goal, and for me, I was proud because I did my best, and I was not ashamed about what I did.
Okay. So obviously you're playing in the Open, you're not playing in the Vets, and I'm guessing you're not a part of a team because it's just yourself.
Yes, yes, it's just myself, and I will see because for me the most important it's to play for Ukraine also to represent and because okay, I think I would like to come back in Ukraine to continue to increase the
Yeah.
to improve the game there. Then for me it's important to continue, and because in 2 years it will be the World Cup will be in Paris. I will because it will be in Paris in 2 years,
Yeah.
and I will take part for the organization. Then I would like to have a team of Ukraine there. That it's my goal.
Yeah.
Then it's why I continue to play for Ukraine to see that I'm there, guys. If you know some Ukrainian children who left after the war, the invasion of Russia, or other maybe other Ukrainian guys who can check this video. Maybe oh, there is one guy who are playing for Ukraine. Maybe I can change him. It's my goal now to have a Ukrainian team in 2 years in Paris.
I think that's a fantastic goal to have, and I don't see any reason why it can't happen. I really do. I mean, I know, for example, where I am in England, there are Ukrainian families living where people have moved over
Yeah.
and they've got kids, and there are slowly some schools that are starting up little Subbuteo clubs. And you never know, they could get involved. They could go on YouTube, find this video, and hopefully that happens. So, look, Thomas, thank you for coming on. I've got to go because I've got to talk to the Tunisian guys as well.
Mm.
But before I go, I want to ask you some quick fire questions that I've asked everyone else. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see how you get on with them. No, no thinking about them. Answer first thing that comes into your head, okay? So, who's your favourite opponent to play?
Ah, good question. I don't know. I like to play with my friends, even if often I lose against them because I played for a long time with FTC Silmino, with the best team in France. I like to play with Axel Donval, my friend also, Theo Modeste, Axel Modeste, Eric Nazi, all the players of the FTCC. For me, I like to play against them. For me, it's just to have fun, even if I lose. Okay, it's not so important for me. Just to have fun and to playing with your friends. It's the
Yeah,
most
that's the way it
important.
should be.
Okay.
But on that, who's the player from around the world that you do not want to see in your group at the World Cup?
Mhm. I don't want to have a French player because it will be for me like a
Yes.
deception because if it could be okay, I will play against him. But it's like I know all French players because I play now for
Cool.
30 years. Then I know all them. I would like to have, even if it's maybe some Italian very good. I played against one guy last time against La Torre. He's young, but he's very good players. And I was very, I liked to play against him. Okay, for me, it's not so important. Maybe it could be from Asian guy because it's not often that they can travel in Europe,
Yeah.
and it could be nice to play against a Japanese guy or maybe from Singapore. I know that in Singapore their levels now is very
It is very good.
yeah, very good, and it could be nice also.
Okay. So, what's your biggest scoreline in a FISTF game?
I don't remember, to be honest. I played too much game for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because when I was younger, when I was single, it was easy to travel in
Yeah.
Belgium. I moved when I was 10 years ago. Maybe I played in Manchester, in Madrid, in Italy, in Belgium. And for me, because I didn't win a lot of tournaments. Then I must remember about the moment that I spent with my friends, that the games that I won or
Okay.
I lost.
Where do you prefer to play? Do you rather prefer to travel and play games, or do you rather prefer play games at your local club?
Uh, To be honest with you, I liked a lot to play in England.
Oh,
In
okay.
England, I played in the club of Yorkshire. I think it was the Open maybe 5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah,
And
good
I
fun.
liked the atmosphere because to listen the okay, now it's currently but Oasis, to have the Oasis, the group, the band
Yeah.
Oasis, to have to listen this kind of music. It's only in England, and it was like the music between the games. And in France, we prefer some other music. But there, I listen Oasis. Oh yeah, it's very cool to be in England to listen this kind of music. And I like to play in England. I played, I think, in Yorkshire, also in Birmingham. I think I played the World Cup maybe 20 years ago, something like that. I was also in Liverpool. I spent 3 weeks 20 years ago, and I met Phil Redman. Then, because the club now were not didn't work at this time, and we spent time together to doing some beers in the pub. It was nice to meet people like that. I also, I think. In last Manchester World Cup, I think it was in
2012.
10 years ago. Yes, that
2012.
I took time with a friend in Glasgow. We spent 1 week there, and I moved with the Scottish team in car, and we moved in Manchester together. And it
Excellent.
was a very nice moment. That I did training with them with the Scottish team in Glasgow, and after we moved in Manchester, it was I like the UK atmosphere because
So I'm
Subbuteo, it came from England, and that's it's. I like this kind of idea, the English and also the British mining for that.
okay. I'm glad you like the music because I've got a banging soundtrack to play during the game. So there's some absolute corkers of songs. I'm glad you like that. What does it mean to be playing in Tunbridge Wells? You said you like playing in England because it's where the game come from, but what does it mean to play in Tunbridge Wells where the game was invented?
Yes, I think I would like to have time. I think we will come with my teammates. I will travel with the French team, of course.
Yeah,
Then I hope that we could. I think we will be in Friday evening. I would like to go just near the factory. For me, it's very important because I'm table football player, but I'm also Subbuteo fan, and I did a channel like you for French speakers. Then
okay.
it's I start few video because I have no time to do more because I worked,
Yeah, of
and but I wanted that to because Subbuteo is less famous in France, but we have a
course.
lot of players in the 70s, in the 80s
Mhm.
who buy the game, and now these players came back to the game. You have some Subbuteo collectors, you have some table football players, and I would like to do this channel to answer to their questions. Then for me, Subbuteo is very important. It's a big part of my life. I think without Subbuteo, I will be another guy totally because
Yeah.
I can't meet some friends. I can't travel. That's how I did. And to play in the where the game was invited, it's very incredible. It's very important, and I think I will be very happy.
Well, bit of a shameless plug, but you might enjoy my next video that I've got coming out on my channel is a tour of Tunbridge Wells. So there's
Mhm.
the house, couple of the factories that I've been to. So yeah, shameless plug, but that's well worth watching it. It'll give you some great places to go when you're out there. It really will.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
I saw in the social network that you took some
amazing.
pictures
You
and
wait till you
okay,
see the video. The video is amazing.
uh,
Really good.
okay, it's nice.
Last question for you. Controversial question that I've asked everybody. Is it table football or is it Subbuteo?
Good question. I did my first video on my channel. It's this question. For me, okay, it's very complicated to answer to that. Okay, for me, table football, it's Subbuteo with competition, and Subbuteo is more about um, collections, maybe painting, also with odd rules. And
Hmm.
I think we could speak about table football, about the modern rules, because we follow this kind of rules who could change, and the other part, it's Subbuteo. But it's difficult also because when you want to say to people, oh yes, what we'll do next weekend, I will go to the work of table football. What kind of table football? Ah,
Yeah.
Subbuteo. Ah, yes,
Foosball.
Subbuteo. Ah, yes, okay, I could understand now easier. Then it's very good question. For me, it's I think the difference it's about competition, about collecting, and maybe I think it's the difference.
Okay. Well, look, Thomas, it's been a joy talking to you, mate. You're doing absolutely fantastic work trying to get the game promoted in Ukraine still, even though you're not there. Good luck with your training.
Thank you.
We will catch up at the World Cup. I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person.
I hope
Well,
to.
fantastic work, mate. A safe journey over, and I will see you. Well, it'll be next week from today, but when this video goes out, it'll only be a few days. So look after yourself. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed talking to you, man. I'll
Okay,
see you very soon, okay?
okay.
Lovely. Have a
Дякую.
good one. See you soon, Thomas. Bye bye.
До побачення.
Bye. Hey, Skander, how are you? You okay?
Fine, and you? Yes, I'm okay.
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on and joining me. Whereabouts are you right now? Are you in Tunisia or are you in France?
No, I live in France, but I play for Tunisia.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I'm going to jump straight in with the questions. You don't hear a lot of African countries playing Subbuteo. What's the
Yeah.
story with Tunisia playing Subbuteo?
So to make a quick resume, I've been at school in Tunisia until my I don't know the word in English, my baccalaureate, the last year in school at school.
Okay, yeah, yes, so the
You
final year
you
of
you
school.
see the
Yes.
main diploma. So I'm born in 1970.
Okay,
And I stayed in Tunisia until 1989.
okay,
And I've discovered the Subbuteo with one of my friends in Tunisia.
Okay.
It was, I think, around 1984.
Okay.
So after I've started to play with him, and then I've bought. We came many times in France to see my family because my mother is French and my father is Tunisian.
Makes sense.
So I've bought a Subbuteo game, Subbuteo box, and then I've played with my friends from 1984 till 1990 in
Yeah.
Tunisia.
Yeah.
Then I went to France for my studies, and I didn't play Subbuteo for maybe 20 years.
Wow. Okay. Like many of us.
Yeah, and then I've had a child born in 2001. And in 2010, I've started to play again Subbuteo with him. So I've put my pitch on the plate
Uh-huh.
and I've started to play with him. Then we have created a club in the city where I live in Brittany,
Just for Tunisians
northwest
or
of
for
France.
everybody?
No, nothing matter with Tunisia. It was just to create a club
Okay.
in France.
Yep.
And then I've started to play Subbuteo, and during I've started to play the real Subbuteo with the real rules in 2011,
Okay.
and in 2013, if you remember, it was the World Cup in Madrid, in
Yes.
Spain.
Yes.
So I've had the opportunity to participate with France, but also with Tunisia. And as you have many good players in France, I've decided to play for Tunisia to have the opportunity to play each next World Cup. And it was also, I think, a good advertising for Subbuteo in Tunisia and maybe for the African
100%.
continent.
So is there many other
And
players?
that's why I've started to play. Sorry?
Is there many other players playing in Tunisia, or are you all French based?
When I've started, no. I think officially I was the only one and the first one.
Yeah.
That's why my ID is TUN0001.
One.
I'm the first one. And but you have other Tunisian players, but they were also living in France,
Okay.
like Monji Ruiz, like Faisal Ruiz. And when I've created the team, the Tunisian team, they have decided in 2017 to also play for Tunisia.
Okay.
And we've made our first team competition in Rome last year. No, 2 years ago.
So this will be your second World Cup.
That was the first World Cup in not with the team,
Tunisia.
because in 2017 they have played as individuals, but three players were missing for the Sunday, so we've had no chance to play with the team.
So how many players are coming over to Tunbridge Wells?
In Tunbridge Wells, we will be 4 players.
Okay.
Because I think 2 Tunisian players have decided 1 year ago to change again their sport nationality.
Oh, okay. Two
But
French?
normally, yes, because they have the double nationality.
Yes, of course.
But normally it was not allowed with considering the FISTF rules.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's another problem. So we will be only 4 players. So it will be I will play with my son Yanis
Excellent.
and 2 other players from the Ruiz family, Monji and the son of his brother Yasser.
So you're playing in the open team event on the Sunday. What events are you all playing in on the Saturday?
Yes, we play on open team on Sunday.
Yep.
And on Saturday I play in veteran.
Yeah.
My son can't play because he's not qualified.
Oh, okay.
And in open, we'll have Monji and under 20 Yasser.
Oh, so that's good representation. It really is. Do you think there's
Yes.
do you think there's many people playing the game in Tunisia or Northern Africa itself, or do you think it is just your little hub in France?
No, what I want is to make the Subbuteo game more present in Tunisia. So that's why this year we have decided to be a part of the Tunisian Association of Sports for All.
Okay.
So we are a part of this official association.
That's good.
I have bought 4 Subbuteo boxes, and I've sent them to Tunisia.
Fantastic.
So they are starting now to make this the Subbuteo game present in different parts of the country.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Now, what I have to do, it's when I will have time. It's time and money. I have to go to Tunisia to try to make a quick training, and help them to show how we play Subbuteo all over the country.
So having the stories of being at the World Cup will be fantastic to tell them when you go back. What's the expectation for you guys at the World Cup? How do you expect to do? How do you want to do?
I want to be world champion.
Yeah, do you think you can? Do you think you can win it?
I don't know. Last year in Rome, I've lost my first match 1-0 against Jason Pisani, who was the silver medalist.
Yeah, so ain't bad.
And as all sport players, when you start a competition, you start to win.
Of course. I think that would be brilliant to see.
So,
you always see Italy, Belgium, and the same countries on the board. So to see Tunisia, that would be absolutely fantastic. Are you training much at the moment? How's training going?
So I have my club, and we have trainings every Friday.
Okay.
Starting at 6 p.m. So I have young players. I love to play with young players because, for me, the problem in many countries is old people. They play with old people.
Yeah, agree.
But they have to show to the young how we play Subbuteo. If they want to have Subbuteo game still present in the next decade, they have we have to show how to play to the young players.
I 100% agree.
It's too easy. It's too easy to play with old people.
It is. People play with their friends, and as we get older, we could play with the same people. We need new blood to keep the game going. So I 100% agree.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What does it mean to?
So that's why.
Sorry. Go on.
That's why it's very. Now go on, sorry.
No. You carry on. I was going to ask you a completely different question, so please carry on.
Okay. So that's why it's very interesting to make Subbuteo increase in Tunisia, because we have a lot of young players.
Yeah.
And this is the future of this game. And the proposals are less the quantity of sport possibilities are in Tunisia. There are less than in France or maybe in the UK or in Germany or Italy. So I presume, I think, and I hope that the Subbuteo will take his place in Tunisia.
That's absolutely fantastic. That's
And
really,
I hope
really good
also
to hear.
maybe in 5 years to have a real competitive team, maybe under 16 or under 20.
Yeah, that'd be great to see.
And they will be the future of this game in Tunisia. And we have discussed with the Tunisian Federation of Sports for All, maybe to make an event like a Grand Prix or an international open, maybe in 2 years.
That's a great idea. I mean, it's not far for players to travel from Europe, Tunisia. It's really not. It's not as far as you think. I mean,
No,
you
no,
say
no,
Africa, but
it's two
very,
hours from Paris.
yeah, it's not far at all.
It's very close to Italy. It's not far
Yeah.
from Spain. So
And the
even
weather's a
from
lot
the
better.
UK.
The weather's great there as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
talking of the weather, how does it feel to be coming to the home of Subbuteo, to Tunbridge Wells, to England to play, where the weather's not so nice?
No, I live in Brittany, so the weather is quite the same as in the UK. I've loved to come in 2012 in Manchester.
Yep.
So I was not a player, but I was a member of the French staff,
Okay.
French national team, and the organization, because I've worked with Laurent Garnier, who was the president of the FISTF in 2012.
Yeah.
So I've worked with him in the organization, and I've loved to come to the UK. So I'm really happy to do it again this year. We will be five players. We will stay in Tunbridge Wells. We found a very beautiful Airbnb.
Whereabout is it? Whereabouts in Tunbridge Wells are you staying?
I don't have the address, but we stay in Tunbridge Wells, in the city.
It's a lovely, lovely place. It is one of the most beautiful places in the UK. The town is gorgeous. It's a really nice, picturesque place. You're staying in the right place. It's gorgeous. It really is. Lovely restaurants,
So
lovely
that's
bars.
why we are not leaving the UK on Sunday. We're staying one more day.
Fantastic.
So we hope to enjoy Tunbridge Wells on Monday, and then we will have our train because we take the shuttle. I think around 4 p.m. So we'll have time to enjoy the city in the morning.
I suggest there's a great Subbuteo exhibition going on at the Amelia, so make sure you check that out.
Yeah, we will be present on Friday.
Oh, you coming on the Friday? Fantastic.
Because yes. And so in my club we have 5 international players, 2 for Tunisia, 2 for France.
Wow.
And 1 representing Ukraine.
Oh, I spoke to Thomas. So
Thomas Ponté.
I spoke to Thomas
Thomas
just before
Ponté
this.
is a part of my club.
Excellent.
And so we will be 5 international players.
Wow, so
and we'll stay together in the same Airbnb.
So what happens if you and Thomas end up playing each other? Well, I think is Thomas playing in the Open or the Veterans? I can't remember.
I don't know if he's Open or Veteran. I don't remember. I will beat him.
I've interviewed so many people, and I wish everyone had that attitude. Everyone else has been so polite. You're just like, no, I'm going to win.
No, I will be. I mean, if I want to be a world champion, I have to beat everybody.
Hey, no, that's exactly it. You've got to believe in yourself. Who's the one player that you don't want to play? Who do you want to avoid as much as possible?
But I can't understand.
So, what
Of
player
course,
do you not want to play
we
against?
know. I know that. I know that they are very, very good players, but if I have 1% chance, I will take it.
Okay. I'm going to be watching a lot of your games. I really am. You're my uh
Yeah.
you're my
Okay,
outside
with
bet, I think.
pleasure.
You've got the attitude. I really like it. Listen, Skander, I don't want to keep you too long because otherwise we could go on talking forever. But
No
before
problem.
before I let you go, I've got some quick fire questions I want to ask you. I've asked most people,
Yeah.
so I'll ask them to you as well. No thinking about it. The first
Okay.
thing that comes into your head, okay? So, who is
Okay.
favorite opponent
In veteran or in or
in the game altogether? Who do you most like to play?
Carlos Flores?
Ah, okay, he's not going to be there. Have you played it?
No. Oh.
How many times have you played Carlos?
Oh, maybe there is one Italian player I like very much. It's Gianfranco Calonico.
Okay, okay. So
And the last game I've lost 1-0 only.
that's close.
So if I can beat him, I will.
Okay, yeah, take your chance. What's your biggest scoreline you've ever had at a FISTF game?
Winning
Yes.
in World Cup, it was 6-0.
Okay. What about your biggest
It was
loss?
in Rome. Oh, biggest loss, maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, it's quite standard. We've all had them big
But
ones.
it was years ago. It's a long time
Yeah.
I didn't lose with a high score.
Where would you rather play? Would you rather play at home in France or would you rather play somewhere else in Europe? Would you rather travel?
For club, playing for club,
Yeah, just where would you rather play Subbuteo? Would you rather play at home in your own club or would you rather travel around and see somewhere else? Where do you feel best playing?
um, I'm like it was a former Spanish player, Mendieta. I have only one club.
Okay,
It's my club. I've created it, and I can't imagine playing for another club.
that's fair enough. What would you rather? Would you rather score in the last minute to win a game or would you rather win on shots?
I want to score on the last minute.
Okay, nice, nice. Controversial question. Is it Subbuteo or is it sports table football?
It's both.
Okay, that's a safe answer.
It's both. When I present on my website, it's a table football Subbuteo.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're right.
Because table football, it's not very you, you can't you didn't know what it is exactly.
Yeah, agreed. There's
But
lots
when you
of
say
table football.
Subbuteo,
Yeah, you know.
a lot of people knows this game.
Yeah,
So when you have both, it's easy to tell them, well, the Subbuteo is the game. The table football is the competition.
agreed. 100%. Okay, last question.
It's
Would
like yeah, go on.
Last question. Would you rather win in the final of the veterans but lose in the final of the team event, or win the final of the team event but lose in the final of the veterans?
Uh, I want to win the team event.
Ah, everyone said that so far. I thought you was going to be the guy who said you wanted to win it for you. It's all about the team.
No, I because maybe because I will play with my son.
Yes, that's very true. It's a family.
Maybe,
I love that.
but no, I every time I say to all my club when we have team competition, I tell them We lose together, but we win together.
Yes, 100%. I like that. I really like that. Listen, Skander, I'm going to let you go because I know it's getting quite late out in France. It's getting late here now. Thank you so much for coming on. Good luck preparing for the World
Thank
Cup.
you.
Good luck at the World Cup. We'll speak at the World Cup anyway. I'll see you there. I'll come and find you.
With pleasure.
In case I don't, good luck with trying to grow the game in Tunisia as well. It's fantastic what you're trying to do. It really is. That's brilliant. Look after yourself, and I'll see you this
Thank
weekend
you.
in Tunbridge Wells. Thank you for coming on. I'll see you very
Yes.
soon.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.